So hello, it is Foxy on the first action hour of the day. I've got Beck and Terry here with me. And Beck, I thought maybe we could mastermind around why you are avoiding that other message.
Oh, okay. So there's a message that I want, like I said, and it's actually on my list to do, so I will be doing it. But why I didn't do it now when I said I was going to, I don't know, other than my first thought is that like clarity. I'm someone that, like, if I don't feel prepared to like share something, then I won't do it.
Okay. Can we support you in becoming more clear around what you're wanting to text?
I don't think so. I think that I think an action step that I can see for myself, which I have pulled up, is reading through a document and just getting a better understanding for myself, and then being able to invite from my point of view instead of like, because my first thought is like, I could just copy and paste some of what they say in here and like share, and it's an invitation, so it's asking someone to join me somewhere for something, but it's very specific and it seems foreign to me to like invite this specific thing, because it's not like a normal thing. I don't know. Yeah. And I'm being very cryptic.
It's okay. It's okay. I think having all the information makes it easier to invite. I think that that's one of the reasons why it's easier for me to invite people to things than Terry, because I have all the information and I know the stuff we do back in front and all the stuff in between. And I think it's easier for me to explain to someone, and yet it's still a challenge for me to invite people. So, whatever the holdup is, or whatever that fear is that's getting in our way, it's really good to identify it, right? To be aware of it at first, and then, maybe brainstorm with someone on how you can get around that, that hesitation or that resistance, so that you can move forward and do what you're wanting to do. And I know for me, sometimes it's just a matter of giving myself, like these action hours. Okay, I'm gonna do it within this time frame, and so that kind of gives me the. He's not in there, Bubba. That kind of gives me the the motivation to just get it out however it's going to get out, So I don't know if any of that supports you.
Yeah, I like your suggestion of like talking it through with someone, and I already did that. And that was supported like in the moment, and it was like last month, probably a couple weeks ago, and I felt really comfortable and confident about it. But silly me, I was out on a walk, and what that means for me is that I wasn't taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have, my great ahas in front of me as reminders, and I'm going, I'm right back to where I was before that. So to go back to her and talk about it was like, oh my gosh, like now I'm judging the fact that I did that and I wasn't prepared, and like here we are back at being prepared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that you have some proactive behaviors that you can use with moving past that whole judgment cycle that we go through, and maybe talking about it with someone else, and you'll remember the ones that you had with the first person, and you'll get new ones with the second person, if you don't want to go back to the same person and talk about it. Or, just send a quick text. Hey, I'm kind of not clear on all the things we talked about last time we talked. What were some of those key takeaways that you remember us talking about? And then maybe that will jog your memory of the rest. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a horrible memory when it comes to like what happened, a half an hour ago, 2 days ago, a week ago, a month ago, right? So I know that about myself, and I'm not really great about taking notes either. Excuse me. So usually I just need, though, like a starting point, like we talked about this, and then I'm like, oh, okay. And I can start pulling together bits and pieces of what happened, or pieces of the conversation, or, oh yeah, I remember when you said that, so I just need kind of like a little helpful push into that memory.
Yeah. Yeah, that's helpful. I mean, I was kind of in a box of like, oh, going back to the same person because she's the person that invited me there anyways, but I've built connections with the other people there, and I can go to them to connect with them too and get another perspective. And then I get to connect with more people. So
Yeah.
that's supportive to think about, like, don't go to the same person, go somewhere else. So
Yeah.
that is definitely what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Love it. Hello, Foxy here at the top of the Fearless Action Hour. We've got a few minutes to mastermind. I've got Terry here with me. So Terry, is there anything you would like to mastermind around being fearless?
Well, this morning when I wrote in my gratitude journal, where I record my gratitudes and my acknowledgements, and I set an intention for the day. My word for my intention today was freedom. And I was thinking particularly about having the courage, which means a lack of fear, to say yes to what belongs to me and no to what doesn't belong to me. And I believe that that is a way that I can be more fearless and feel more in freedom by not taking on other people's stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's, I've been thinking about that a lot. There's a couple of things I'm going to see if other people want to take over. In particular, one board that I belong to for the city, because I find myself not engaged with the content. And I think there are other people on the city council that would be engaged with the content. And so I've had that board position for 3 years. And so I'm thinking about one of the newer people that just came on in November, letting one of them maybe take that on. So I'm going to ask them. And I feel like that will give me some freedom and say no to something that doesn't engage me.
I like that. Yeah, and I think that that's a really powerful boundary that you are starting to set for yourself, not only with, I'm not really getting any enjoyment or, satisfaction with being in this board. Let me pass it on to someone else who would, as well as your commitment to only taking on what is yours and letting go of what is not yours. And that can be energetically, that can be on so many different levels of not accepting what is not yours. So I think that is
well, and it also brings in my passion for service. If I'm not engaged with the content, then I'm not serving my community, because I'm not really, engaged. If I'm not engaged, then I'm not learning anything. And so that's not a good way to bring information back to the city council or to the community. So I'm just going to see if someone who would like to be involved in that, because it's one of the more desirable committees in terms of activity.
Mhm.
So I'm going to see if one person I'm going to approach to see if they would like to take that on, because they were in another committee that's kind of like that, but it's been disbanded and the county isn't doing it anymore. So it might be something that he would want to do.
Awesome.
So
I like it.
that's something I'm doing to be more fearless.
I love it. And do you have a time frame set for yourself of when you're going to ask him?
We have 2 weeks before we meet again, so I'll see if I can connect with him. It's not, he's very busy, but I'll go ahead and send him a message on Facebook that I want to talk to him. And then he can contact me at his convenience.
Awesome. I like it. And it definitely is fearless to have those conversations, to let go of things, to let other people pick them up and go forward with them. It is definitely a fearless action.
Yeah. And something I haven't done much of in my life.
Yeah. Well, we will end on that.
Okay.